Federal law enforcement agents have struck a deal with notorious mobster John Martorano. Martorano, who has admitted killing 20 people, was supposed to be on trial with Steve the Rifleman Flemmi and Frank Cadillac Salemi. Instead, he's been in jail, working out a deal with the feds. News of the deal broke in this morning's newspapers. Mob hitman John Martorano, who has admitted killing 20 people, will talk to the FBI about his former mob buddies, Whitey Bulger and Stephen the Rifleman Flemmi, in exchange for a lighter prison sentence. U.S. Attorney Don Stern says the agreement was hard on everyone.
I think it's fair to say that no one finds this plea agreement more distasteful than the law enforcement agencies that worked together over the last year to pull it together. But in the end, what was more distasteful was not entering into this plea agreement.
Federal officials have been trying to cut a deal with Martorano for more than a year as he sits in jail awaiting trial on racketeering charges. The deal means Martorano squeals on Bulger and Flemmi, describing their roles in murders and racketeering. In return, Martorano pleads guilty to racketeering that involved 10 murders and only serves 8 to 10 years in prison.
What was important to all of us was that the truth will come out. The truth about Mr. Martorano's role in the murders, and if cases are provable and can be prosecuted, the role of others who might have assisted him in these murders and other crimes will also come out.
As to why Martorano is squealing, it's simple. He did not know that both Whitey Bulger and Stephen Flemmi were cooperating with the FBI back when they were all planning and executing murders, which makes those two traitors. Meanwhile, the deal has the approval of key state and federal law enforcement people. Unknown is whether federal Judge Mark Wolf will go along with Martorano's light sentence. If he doesn't, the deal is off. Now, no date has been set for the hearing, but the government hopes Judge Wolf will wait at least 30 days so all parties involved, from the DEA to the FBI and state and local police, can get a chance to talk to Martorano first. Joining me now is William O'Brien, Jr. His father was gunned down by Martorano in 1973, just days before he was born. Start by asking a simple question. Do you approve of this deal?
No, of course not. There's nothing that anyone can say or do. I mean, he could get life in jail, death penalty. I don't approve of it. I mean, what can you do? The guy made a deal. Everyone does it. No, everyone's sick off it.
So it isn't worth it for you to really find out what happened with your father?
It's worth. I definitely want to know why. If he spent 1 day in jail, 1,000 days, it wouldn't matter. I want to know why. I really don't care what he does.
You want to know why?
Why was he murdered?
Yeah.
What did he do?
What have you done in your life in the last 20, whatever it is, years since your father was killed? Have you been trying to find out what happened? Have you been trying to find out why?
Ever since I can remember, I've been trying to find out what happened to my father. It's a very complicated matter. Sometimes you get bits and pieces of information that you think you're going to get a breakthrough on, and they don't pan out. Yesterday when I got the call about this deal, it totally blew me away. I thought I was not going to hear anything anymore about my father's death. I thought it was done, it was buried.
Was he an associate of the Winter Hill Gang?
Martorano? Or
no,
my
your father?
Yes, he was. From what I know, that he dealt with them when they were up and coming, and didn't want to stay with them for whatever reason. Why, I don't know, but yes, he was an associate.
Isn't that reason enough by mob, ethics to kill somebody, departing from the gang?
He never really committed to them. I mean, he was very independent. He did his own thing, from what I understand. Ethics, they don't have any ethics. I mean, look at what they do to people, what they do to people's families. No, I don't think there's any reason why someone should go out like that.
You live in South Boston, you grew up there. Was there ever any sense that this gang, Whitey Bulger in particular, were in some form or other protectors of the neighborhood, of the community?
Definitely. They were like Robin Hoods. I mean, up until he fled, he was looked upon like that, and all his associates. They've done a lot of good for the neighborhood. I can't deny that.
Like what?
I mean, just you hear the stories about if people are broke, they'll give you money. If someone was robbed, they go to their house and they'll help them out any way they can. If you need money, they give it to you, and they wouldn't ask for it back. They generally did look out for the community. I have to say they policed it very well, and it's a total different place now from when he was running it.
But wait a second. How do you feel about the fact now, knowing now, that probably at the time your father was killed, Whitey Bulger and Stephen the Rifleman Flemmi had the tacit approval of the FBI to go around murdering, including possibly the murder of your father? They were protected. They were in the witness. They were informants.
Well, I mean, that's what they did. I mean, it baffles me to this day that they were informants for as long as they were. If they were just straight up wise guys, mobsters, whatever you want to call them, I could probably live with that. But to find out a couple years ago that they were both informants, it sickens me. I'd just rather them be straight, hardcore criminals than to play both sides of the fence, in a sense.
Do you have any sense whether this investigation, getting the information from John Martorano, is in any way going to assist the FBI or anyone else in locating Whitey Bulger?
No, not at all. I think he's going to do his own thing and never be caught and live his life. I mean, I think he's 70 now. I don't know how many years he's got left in him, but I don't think you'll see him ever again.
Do you have ill will for him?
Whitey
Would you like
Bulger?
to see him
No.
killed? No?
Nope. I want to see anyone killed. No matter what they've done to me, my family, or these other families. I have no feelings like that towards any of these guys. I mean, they did what they did. My father did the same thing. Not sitting here saying he was an angel.
Mm-hmm.
He certainly did his share of bad things. But I definitely don't feel any ill feelings towards anyone. I'd just like to know why. Why?
What did it do to your family? Has your mother ever talked about?
My mother doesn't discuss it too much. She's just very guarded on that subject. Everything that I've ever found out about my father is through me researching, corresponding with people. My mother doesn't discuss it. Mm-hmm. And I have a sister who doesn't discuss it. They were the only closest ones to him. They don't like to talk about it. All they say was he was a great guy while he was alive, and if you got on his bad side, you would pay a price.
Has the FBI or any law enforcement agent ever talked to you or asked you, A, what you know, or B, what you would like to know?
The FBI and any other law enforcement agency has never personally got in touch with me or tried to get in contact with me. And I can say that for my mother and anyone else in my family. They've never, ever wanted to speak.
And as far as your investigation goes, have you been in contact with any of the other 20 families of other victims?
I spoke with Albert Plummer's daughter last year briefly. He was gunned down 4 days before my father in the North End on, I believe it was Charter Street. I just spoke with her. We shared some stories, and that was about it.
Mm-hmm. And what about the Davis family, whose the woman was allegedly Stephen the Rifleman Flemmi's girlfriend? She disappeared sometime around 1981. Never seen. They still live around here. Have you been in touch with them?
No, I haven't been in touch with them, but I truly feel for that family. At least I know where my father is. He's in his cemetery, resting well. This poor lady, the whole family, they don't know where their daughter, sister, whatever is.
Do you think Martorano will tell them?
I hope so.
Mm-hmm. Anything you would like to ask him, point blank?
Why did he kill my father?
Mm.
What did he do? I can live with anything he tells me. Whatever my father did, whether it was rotten or not, I can live with that. Just tell me why.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Thank you very much for coming to tell your story.